Today, we are going to talk about forgiveness. And one thing I want you to know is that forgiveness is a choice, it is not a feeling. Let's get into it. So, today, I want to talk about forgiveness. And I think that I have a very unique perspective on forgiveness because for so long, I thought forgiveness was a feeling. And forgiveness is not a feeling, forgiveness is a choice. And I want to give you this quick example to let you know how I came to this perspective on forgiveness. I went to a conference, and in a nutshell, because it was a much longer situation, but I'm going to, give it to you quick. The speaker of the conference said, imagine that you're your little kid self at a park. So me as 6-year old me at a park, and my back is towards all the other kids. And a kid comes and taps me on my right shoulder. And it's the kid version of my mother. And I'm going to fast forward, and then a kid taps me on my left shoulder. And it's the kid version of my father. I thought this was so unique because it gave me the perspective, and it went a lot further, but our parents were children at one point, and everybody that we encounter in our life was one time, at one point, a child. And at one point, they stopped maybe believing in the idea of love. They didn't know what love actually felt like because of their experiences as children. And I start with parents because I think that our parents truly shape who we are as people. Our parents are the foundation of who we become as adults. Our parents teach us what the first feeling of love is. Our father shows little girls what it's like to be respected as a little girl. Our fathers show us and tell us how beautiful we are and not to accept anything less. Our mother shows us what it's like to be nurturing and for us to show our emotions. And if they didn't have those safe spaces to do that, then you can fully understand how they wouldn't be able to give that to you. So, this unique perspective on forgiveness is so powerful because, for one, you have to forgive, or like the Bible says, your enemies will become your tormentor. And you don't want to hold on to unforgiveness because it's only going to affect you. It's only going to make your life harder. It's only going to make you warrant situations that are just like the things that made you bitter. So, here's the perspective: you go in, you see the things that your parents have done, and you apologize to them for the apologies that they never received. It is so powerful to me. So, for instance, I can give examples. Mom, I'm so sorry that your dad never hugged you. Mom, I'm so sorry that you never got the affection from your father to feel beautiful, which entail made you search for love in different men. Mom, I'm so sorry that your mother never respected you as her daughter and always used you as her comfort. I'm so sorry, Mom, that your mother never just gave you that mother daughter feeling that made you feel like your mother was your best friend. I'm so sorry, Dad, that you were the oldest and you had to be the head of household at such a young age that you didn't even get to experience your own childhood. I'm so sorry, Mom, that you never were able to be a child because you felt like people overfed you and you weren't beautiful, and your mom said things to you to degrade your body type, and it in turn made you resent how you looked and made you grow up to never understand your body. I'm so sorry for the fact that when you were younger, you never saw an idea of a family that was together, that showed loyalty, that showed commitment, that showed you how to be soft. I'm so sorry, Dad, that you weren't able to live out your dreams as a basketball player. I'm so sorry that you had to just be this adult and had to go get a job and be a provider at such a young age that you weren't able to fully embody who you were as a person. And that's the beginning of it. And it's understanding who your parents are. And my parents, for instance, never told me things that they went through. They never told me some of the things, but you can visibly see sometimes what your parents go through. And to me, apologizing to them and giving them outwardly the apology that you felt like they never received can give you an idea of forgiveness because somebody owed them an apology. And in turn, cycles continue. And that's why they may owe you an apology, but you may never receive it. But with knowledge and wisdom, we can look at situations and understand that people can only meet us as far as they have met themselves. And when you get to that perspective, your heart posture softens, and you say, the only reason, and not just our parents, I just think it's important to start with our parents because that's our foundation, but it's with everybody. You do this with every single person that may have hurt you. I'm so sorry to somebody that I may have dated that you never got an example of what love was and you thought you should mistreat me. I'm so sorry for that. And to me, that perspective, I don't know, it just makes me soft. It makes me want to give them a hug because ultimately we are here as human beings to love. We are here to receive love, give love, feel acceptance. And if we start off with at the ground, and our parents are the people that never received acceptance and love, it's almost impossible. It is nearly impossible for them to do that for us if they have not began the healing process for themselves. And it can be, it's so powerful. Write a letter. Say I'm sorry to your parents while you're brushing your teeth. And then if you are at a really healed place that you want to say it to them in person, do that. I think it'll just release so much baggage off of our shoulders if we can understand people from their perspective. And when you start to understand that people meet you where they have met themselves, then you can have a softer heart posture when you go out into the world with everybody. A lady that may go off at you at the airport. I'm sorry for whoever pissed you off. I forgive you. And I choose to forgive you because I know that the natural, normal, innate way that humans are is we came here in pure love because God is love. John chapter 4, verse 8. God is love. And we are the perfect embodiment of what God envisioned. And that means that we are love. So anything outside the realms of what we came here to be, I truly, truly believe that it deserves an apology. It deserves an apology that it never received. And then in turn, apologize to yourself for some of the things that you didn't know. I'm sorry to myself that it took me a while to really understand who I was. And I give myself grace within that. And when you give yourself grace within that, you can move forward and continuously practice looking from a lens of softness and forgiveness because people are only operating out of the way that other people have treated them. And until you can understand that you are an individual entity and you are here to completely evolve yourself as a person, and you understand that, and not, a lot of people won't ever understand that, you will walk into the world and treat people the way that people have treated you. But I promise you, with people like myself and other healers and people who want people to live fulfilled lives, I am telling you, forgiveness is the first step to healing. Forgive yourself, forgive your parents, and forgive all the people that you have encountered that have giving you a reason to not be such a great person because it's the beginning of you living the life that you came here to live. And we all deserve that, right? I think it's so powerful. And I think that we all deserve to live from that heart posture because we all are like, it's the principle. I want an apology. You knew what you did. And sometimes people don't. And you're going to hold on that for the rest of your life. And for myself, I was like, I don't want to pass that on to my children. I don't want my children to be angry at me or I don't apologize to them for something I may unconsciously do because I didn't work on healing myself. So that's the beginning of healing. I challenge everybody, heal yourself, forgive people, and mentally give them the apology that they never received. I promise you, you'll live a better life. And it'll be the beginning of you unpacking who you are as a person. I love y'all.